Good afternoon, folks. I'm Dan. I thought I would very quickly go over how and why I prime the all of my mating surfaces on aluminum. A lot of controversy over whether you should prime or whether you shouldn't prime, and I'm of the camp that yes, you definitely need to prime the inside of your aircraft. You know, you're spending a lot of time and a lot of effort and a lot of money building this. Why not spend an extra probably $75 or $100 over the life of the whole project to prime your internal surfaces? And you know, you may think I don't care what happens after I'm gone, and that's all well and fine, but when I'm building an airplane, why I want it to pass along to my son. Hopefully he'll be interested and he'll enjoy it, and I want it to be in good condition for his lifetime too. So that's why I go in and I prime everything. It's not hard, it's not difficult. Guys talk about adhesion and not getting adhesion on aluminum and things like that. If the surface is prepped properly, you're gonna get good adhesion. I mean, it just is. It's gonna stick if you do what you're supposed to do. And even if it doesn't, you still added a little bit of a layer of protection in between the surfaces. And it's way too cold to be shooting this video as I look at the breath go past my face. So the way I prime is, or I prep my surfaces, we're going to pretend this is an airplane part, just a piece of aluminum at 16 thousandths. Got a little bit of Sharpie mark on it. Got the factory roll stamping to indicate what the alloy is and the thickness. So what I do is I take my lacquer thinner, wash it all down. It's pretty much dry before we even get that much of it done. Go to your Scotch-Brite pad. Scuff down real well where you want the mating surfaces to be, or at least where you want your primer to stick to. Once that's scuffed down, I can go back with a little bit of lacquer thinner. Wash it down one more time. Clean all that residue off. You pick up all that crap off of the rag, and it's ready to prime. What I use on this aircraft is Duplo self-etching primer. Source it from my local parts store. We've got an O'Reilly's here. They stock 3 cans is the max they stock at a time, so I at least think I'm getting fairly fresh materials. When I need some, I'll normally go on a Friday or a Saturday and I'll buy 2 or 3 cans, whatever they've got on the rack. If I need some by the following week, why, they've got a fresh batch in for me. I think I pay about $7 a can probably, and I just go in and buy whatever they've got on the shelf. I see Aircraft Spruce is stocking it now. It may be a little more expensive from them, but it's awful cold to be spraying this. But if I'm in a hurry, why, especially during the summer, it dries almost immediately. I can get a coat just about like that on it, which is probably plenty to do it if I've got it on both mating surfaces. As cold as it is now, I'll let that dry and hit it with one more light dust coat, and that's all it takes. You know, your part's primed. It takes no time at all. It doesn't cost you hardly anything at all, and it's just one more layer of added protection that you put on your airplane that will help it last a little bit longer. To me, it seems foolish for the small amount of time that you're going to take to do that. You've got to wash down your parts anyway before you assemble them. And they should be clean before you assemble them. So how much longer does it take for you to make sure they're relatively well cleaned and then spray a coat of primer on them? You know, to me it doesn't make sense not to prime them. You know, we're building not only to have an airplane, but to enjoy building. We're going to be proud of what we've done by the time we're done, hopefully. And to me, that's one more thing I can be proud of. I say I built it at least as well as I could build it. Anyway, I hope that gives you a little bit of my insight anyway on how and why I prime, and I hope that helps you a little bit. If it does, you might hit that subscribe button and give me a thumbs up if you like them. If you hit the bell notification, you'll know when I put out a new video, and thanks for taking the time to watch.